Chad, use your booming voice.
Hey, we're rolling with the podcast, everybody.
It's official.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. No one cares. All right. This again. This is gonna switch in, switch out. I know that I had some thank yous. I should have said someone sent a box full of shit with a squishy bottle that's great for smuggling stuff on booze on airplanes
or cruise ships.
And they gave you envelopes and they gave.
We haven't opened them. I'm kind of here.
Gretchen $20. The guy knows who he is, and thank you. And I don't. There's shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Right on.
Everyone got $20.
Marty.
Yay!
I want to say thank you to Marty Shoulders for my Shure microphone T-shirt.
Marty.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Tom Konopka has some thank yous. Let's get this out of the way.
Two quick ones. Mike Coughlin. Mike Coughlin, you rock, brother. Let me say. Seth Brashears. Check this out, kiddies. He gave me the Konopka kitchen. I got a nice oven mitt. Good man.
Oven mitt that says Konopka's Kitchen.
He spelled it right.
And it's blue for Blue Apron.
Hey, my man.
You know,
Thank
Tom, like, did you tweet him? Did you tweet Blue Apron? Or did you email him?
Yeah, no, I emailed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't want nothing for this. I'm just saying.
I don't want nothing.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
You guys make this real simple. And it was like, it was very good.
nice.
And then
It was unsolicited,
they replied. It was very good.
Yeah, I got the check this morning. Thank you, Blue Apron. Hi-yo.
Hey, we're doing a podcast here.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. James. Chad Shank needs a truck that's reliable, cheap, and that he doesn't have to come back to you with fucking problems about.
Why are you talking to me?
Do you know anybody?
Forget about it.
Yeah. We should do a GoFundMe for fucking Chad Shank's truck because
You have to be
he's
careful
blown a head
because
gasket.
once you open that
send him money.
Pandora's box.
Yeah, just send him money.
Yo, let's just change the subject. I'll
right.
fix my fucking truck. God damn.
That.
Fucking head gasket.
$100,000 comes in 2 weeks.
I got a fucking racket going. All right. Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
I didn't get
Yeah,
a
we
truck.
saw with the pole.
I didn't get a truck, but I got 4 houses in Elfrida.
You lived before you met Doug.
Yeah.
Hang on. All right, here's who's on and not on or will be on the podcast. Greg Chaille, Chad Shank, Brett Erickson, Morgan Murphy.
Morgan Murphy, yeah.
I've never been on your podcast.
Star
before,
power.
I think.
What?
Have
thought
I?
Really?
We didn't do
Was I on it?
podcasts when
Like
we were...
one time, maybe.
Maybe.
No,
Fuck,
yeah,
I
with
assume.
Jazzleneck. You guys were like kind of. It was a
Kinda
weird. That was a
kinda
porn and
close.
eggs morning.
Yeah, it was the first
Where everyone kinda
morning
rolled
after
in.
the night before.
Oh, yeah, that was... Yeah, everyone was
I don't know why I remember that. Becker, come over here. Get on mic with me. We'll share a mic. Matt Becker's here.
Yes, Tom Konopka's here and Matt Becker's here.
My God, the great Matt Becker.
I don't think you can. I don't think you
Morgan
can do like
Murphy.
the fundraising for the truck, but you can't do like frivolous things anymore for GoFundMe because it's all like sick people, right? It's like
Exactly. That's why.
Named
Predators? Yeah, you got me.
You can't say, hey, I need a truck more than that person, needs.
Well, I think you can, but
Yeah.
I think you can, but it's called being a fucking asshole. That's why I said stop.
Well, I didn't mean, you know what, I should stop branding GoFundMe.
Yeah,
I meant
clarify.
just send Chad Shank money.
Yeah,
Don't
lots
give some
of it.
website a cut.
Yeah.
I GoFundMe has become like a give me money brand name.
It's a
like
Kleenex or a Xerox.
I was going with Kleenex.
Ah, dude.
Q-tip.
Everybody loves
Or kidney
Chad
disease. Where you just, I guess I gotta give you something. For at least another 2 months.
I have a terrible laugh for like podcast radio stuff. By the way, so like I'm just putting that out there so people don't go like, why doesn't she know that?
See,
I do know that.
The last
make us
podcast
laugh.
we
That's all
did
that
with
matters.
Gabe, who is soft spoken,
the great
as well.
Gabe Lindstrom.
I implored him to yell as loud as we are, but now we're gonna have to take it down to Morgan Murphy level
Yes. That's right.
and not shout over.
You were right about that laugh.
It gets
Let's go
worse.
back
It
to
gets
normal
worse.
laugh level.
Morgan Murphy,
Yeah.
we put you up at a Airbnb for tonight. You have your own for tomorrow night, but You left during the podcast to
did.
go powder up.
No, I went to shower. I went to get my camera. I wanted to
yeah,
bring
you
my
get a little
camera,
tiny,
my
She
Polaroid.
makes some.
Dude, look at it.
She's got some shots.
Becky Becker's got it right there. That's what we need on tour, Doug. So we get rid of the selfies.
Is it made by Polaroid? Or
That's
is
a
it
new Leica Polaroid.
Yeah, they've
camera.
reinvented
oh,
it.
no, not
It-
Polaroid,
check
Xerox,
it
whatever.
It's a Polaroid, but it's a lot tinier and costs more.
yeah.
Of course.
I don't know why they have quit making these.
I'm just trying to get rid of the selfie thing at the merch booth.
Yeah.
If there's a,
It's not going to happen. Let's
It's like
just-
the only thing I
I can
still
dream.
collect are like Polaroid camera. Anytime like a new one comes out, it's my
Did
the one
cardboard
thing I
cutout.
do.
All the,
You get $5 for a cardboard.
All right, we're going to
cutout
have to
picture?
fucking...
all the
$20
causes going on in the world, and Chaille wants to ban selfies.
You could do a
Let's get a
GoFundMe for
GoFundMe.
selfies.
See, here we go.
I want to build a wall around the
There's
merch
too
booth.
many pigs for the teats on this podcast.
Pigs and teats.
All right, but no, Gabe, we don't want you back.
Yes.
Gabe was on the last podcast, you might remember, from 3 days ago, or for us, 30 minutes ago.
Yes.
With his
If you
NFL
started listening
stories.
to it 3 days ago, you might almost be finished.
Hi-oh.
Chaille cleaned it up. so the segue
That was not me or Chad. It was
Hang
Morgan.
on. The segue was
Yeah.
that Morgan Murphy,
Yes.
her first kiss was from an NFL player.
From a guy who would become an NFL player. My middle school, my first boyfriend.
Can you
in
drop a
middle
name?
school.
Because I read fucking Amy Schumer's book, and
Yeah.
she didn't drop names where you needed one to make the story fucking
Yeah, there's
complete.
nothing like salacious really about it. So yeah, Travis Johnson is
No.
his name. He was a lineman, big guy.
Are you sure it wasn't Emmett Smith? Because that would tie into the other podcast.
I moved away from the microphone so Erickson could tell you he knew who it was.
I don't know who that is.
He was like, we were the two kind of athletes of the middle school. It was like before the football player dated the cheerleaders,
those
when the
basketball
football player
pictures
dated
of
the
Morgan Murphy.
basketball
Soccer player.
Yeah.
That's when you're still trying to make an
she's
experience
a
race.
D-ball. Basketball. I saw those pretty pictures.
But yeah, he was. But we still stay in touch. He's amazing. I was
That's
like,
cool.
his wife and him came to a show in Houston for their 9-year anniversary.
How cool is that?
Must have been a hell of a kiss.
I'll never, you don't forget it.
Yeah, it was
great.
a hell of a kiss. You got that.
It was great. Planned, like a we're gonna kiss after school on Thursday. One of those things.
So I fucking lost my train of thought so much right then.
That's
I
why we
just-
have the
I just-
Polaroid.
You took his breath away.
Chaille left.
Do you know what I said Doug looked like?
Go ahead.
Steve Bannon's hotter brother.
That's the best compliment Doug's ever got.
I
horrible.
honestly, I
It's
have
fucking.
because I've been writing every day, and every second is consumed with either panicking about not being writing or writing. That I just have peripheral vision of what's on the news. I'll click on Newser and see the headline. I don't know what the Bannon thing
Yeah.
is. I know it's trending on Twitter when I go to check my tweets to stop writing. And I got to get back to writing, so I don't even know he's evil.
You don't know what he looks like though?
Yeah, but I don't know what I look like. Do you see a lot of mirrors in my house? We can take a tour.
What are you just rubbing it in? Just leave it. It was funny.
Great. He still thinks it's a good thing.
It's not like gonna crush me where I go, really? I'm unattractive?
No, you're more attractive than unattractive. That was the point.
Wow. Are you coming on to me? So, fuck. Yeah, this is getting a bit out of control. I want to get Ggreg in here because I have a story with Ggreg. Tomorrow, we have to. We're filming a documentary for Jack Daniels.
Wow.
Yes.
No, Tom, give up your mic. Sorry. Get over here, so I can make eye contact.
Where's Gary?
Here I am.
You there?
Ggreg was here. Ggreg, he did the Lemmy, was that the name of the documentary?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That was great, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ace
Lemmy
of spades.
Kilmister of Motorhead.
And he also, it was right around New Year's, so he told us what happened. He came here, and he was doing a documentary on Jake LaMotta and his marriage to Denise, our neighbors. And Jake was here. We were having a poker game, and you were filming it, and Jake progressively trembled more and had to be covered with more blankets, and then we put a heater on him, and he just kept getting worse. And it's hot for everyone else. This is not just he's cold. We're sweating in the winter.
You put the space heater right next to him, right?
Yeah.
We were worried about the blanket catching on fire. Like, for real. It was right next to him. Like, we were worried, waiting. The blanket was almost smoking.
Well, it was a child blanket, so it would go up quicker.
So at some point, I'm the guy that drove him here. I'm going, Danny, Danny, man. He's a neighbor that he's
Up the road.
He's like, what's his name from Apocalypse Now? Dennis Hopper. Yeah, you can't just meet the champ, man. so this guy, but they're so into the poker game, and I'm like, is he okay? Shouldn't someone call Denise? All right, one more hand, man.
He talked like that the whole. I drove him up to his house. He talked like that the whole way. Jake wasn't even in the car. It's like you could drop that, dude. You don't have to.
Yeah, but the thing is Jake LaMotta was all in this poker game. No one called.
No one would ever. He was the emperor that wore no clothes, where they'd go, champ, you got nothing in your hand, man. Why do you keep raising? And
You're holding the cards backwards. It's not working.
Anyway, finally.
Meanwhile, he's in a feverish fucking state. The only thing keeping him from bursting into flame is fucking flame retardant blanket. The show must go on.
I wasn't going to say anything because I was filming.
Yeah.
That was going to be like the best ending to a
best
scene ever. We caught fire.
Becker and I, old story, but when we first started going out on the road, triple gigs in Montana, Becker would scam these camcorders on a 30-day, no questions asked guarantee, and he'd return them 29 days later.
And we realized how hard it is
What's the
to-
problem with it? He'd go, you said no questions. There's a big sign. Sir, don't buy that TV. That's a big bait and switch. They asked me a question.
Do you remember the guy goes, just stop. I'll just give you your money, okay? Just stop.
Sir.
So we would film. We were going through Yellowstone and shit, and the rule was if one of us gets like attacked by a bear, don't stop filming.
Right. That's what I do, man.
That's such a good rule to have with friends.
Ggreg, well, yeah, this is camcorder days. You had to set this monster on your shoulder. He had a small camera, but he knew, hey, if the champ might
gonna
pass
die.
away with the thrill of a full house that beats a small straight, yeah, he's going to get it. He knows the rules. So you're filming that, and then the champ, well, yeah, there was something wrong with him. He got rushed to the emergency room with pneumonia at 93 years old. Canceled the wedding that Ggreg is here to film for the documentary, and so we just hung out for a couple days.
We were like literally out in the street and we got covered with like gravel dust from Denise peeling out in the driveway. She yelled at me like she looked at me like it was my fault because I was like filming and she had to bring Jake here. That's how I met you. I didn't even know where the fuck we were going. She said, we're going to play cards with this comedian Stanhope. I'm like, okay. And we came here and then you were like, what the hell are you doing here with the camera? I'm like, I'm with the champ, man. And you're like, okay. That's how we met. And so,
Wow.
And then like 20 minutes later, we think he's dying. Denise picks him up, and
Which
then
he was.
and she peels out in the front of your driveway, and we just standing there next to you, and that's how we met. And you're like, you want to get a drink? I was like, yeah, man, I need a drink. We thank Jake LaMotta for that. It was
I
amazing.
can't imagine me saying that. Should we get a drink? So then you're stuck here for a couple more days. with
Three
nothing
more
to
days in
film.
Bisbee with no subject to film.
Boo-hoo.
But we hung out, and he gave me his documentary that he did, Lemmy, about Lemmy. I can't pronounce his Kill Mr. Minster.
Yeah, that's close enough. Motorhead.
And we're picking death pool picks. And we watched it, and fucking Lemmy's just Still, he was probably 63 years old or something.
He was like 65 or 67
Something
by then.
like that.
Doing speed for. Well, he died at 70, but he was doing speed for like 50 years.
Yeah, and
That's why I
drinking
said
Jack
don't put
and
him in the
Cokes at the
pool.
Rainbow and
Yeah.
day drinking.
Yeah.
And playing. And fucking touring.
Which is
and
the worst.
fucking
I probably
killing
fast
it.
forwarded through the playing because I fucking hate that.
Remember that thing he was famous for?
No, the traveling that was probably worse than the speed. I would bet traveling was way worse than doing speed and drinking.
Well, the
Jack.
traveling made him do the speed.
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't know. Watching the documentary, once again, fantastic.
Thank you.
He started as a roadie, and it's just like so like right place, right time.
For Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
He was Jimmy's roadie. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. For like a 3 or 4 months, he roadied for Hendrix. Which is pretty cool to say that you did that. He saw the Beatles before they had like a record label. He like remembered.
He was inside on all this shit that he never said it until your fucking documentary. I mean, I followed some of this stuff, but what the fuck, right? Hendrix?
Yeah,
You
but
should have a T-shirt that says "I roadied for Hendrix for one day."
but see, here's the thing, and this is why I like believe in drugs and not sleeping. Because, quite frankly, once you go through all that, you go, "What's going to happen next?"
I thought you were going another way where drugs are times I remember when I was just drunk. Fuck yeah, it seems maybe familiar. But yeah, if I was fucking doing meth, I'd remember no matter how drunk I was.
Clearly, from the last couple of podcasts where you've been repeating yourself, you don't remember.
Exactly. So yeah, it's again, writing a book, when you read, I read rock and roll guys' books. I don't give a fuck about the music. I hate it generally. But people who have good stories, rock and roll guys, that's the book I want to replicate. I just forget most of my stories. But those guys are like, how would you remember this? Oh, you were doing a lot of drugs. I was just drunk most of the time. Yeah, you fucking do a few lines on top of that. There's some clarity. What was so Lemmy? What was he like?
He was like exactly like you saw him in the film, man. I thought he.
I don't remember the film. I remember I watched it.
Hold on. How long, like when you started shooting until you stopped shooting?
3 years.
Okay, so you were in his life for 3 years.
Not every day, but yeah, whenever we
But-
could afford it, we'd go
yeah.
hang out with him in his hotel, on the road, whatever. We definitely embedded ourselves with Motorhead and lived the life. I had hair down my back. My wife said I looked like disgusting. I had like long greasy hair. The only person that said I looked good was Lemmy.
And that's all
Literally.
that
I'm like, I'm gonna keep growing it. And then when I cut it, I cut it from shoulder length to what I have now, which is short. He goes, "You look fucking terrible, Greg." And I'm like, "Thanks, man." He goes, "No, it looks like someone took a dull, rusty axe and cut your hair. You look like shit." I go, "Thanks, man." He goes, "No, you look like shit." I go, "Stop saying that, dude." He goes, "No." He was like so bummed that I cut my hair. But here I am back with short hair. It was weird. You turn into one of them when you spend that much time with somebody like Motorhead.
My favorite part of that documentary and finding out, because I knew some of the stuff about it, not the Hendrix stuff, but I knew stuff about Lemmy. But his fucking fascination with short fucking cutoffs.
Black pussy.
And like how like, yo, this is how you know you're wearing them so that your legs are cool in the air. Like his, just like this.
I
is
totally
what-
remember that now.
Yes,
Now that you were saying that.
Fucking cracked up because he's basically wearing like a Nair commercial from the fucking 80s.
Daisy Dukes, man. Daisy Dukes.
Daisy Dukes.
Your balls are peeking out
Danny
on the
Dukes.
fringe.
Danny Dukes.
Danny Dukes.
Let me do.
My balls would be hanging. His were peeking.
He actually got really mad that we put that in the film. Like
It was the most humanizing part of the whole thing
But
to
he
me.
got
I was
mad.
like,
He yelled at me and he said, "Where did you get that photo?" He goes, "You betrayed me. You looked through my personal photos and found that photo and put it in the film." I'm like, "No, dude, you got to look on the internet. It's everywhere already." Found it on Google. He goes, "The internet is evil. I don't look there." I'm like, "All right, man. Well, you're on there and you're wearing fucking Daisy Dukes, dude." I just
figured-
cut and paste it and put it in the movie, man.
I figured Lemmy would say the inter what.
Yeah, but he was
He
like,
just says
he goes,
evil.
"I don't." He's like, "I don't look at the internet." Yeah. He's awesome.
So we're picking Death Pool at that time. It was the end of the year, and we watched the documentary, and go, oh, this guy's a shoo-in. This is before we knew how to do research on pancreatic cancer and fucking foreign ex-heads of parliament from Malaysia and all this boring shit we do now. So, and he goes, no, fucking don't pick Lemmy. He's going to be around. And that was at least 4 or 5 years
a while ago.
And you were right. But the second year, I go, fuck that Greg guy. He's going to die. And I put him in. He didn't die. So I go, that Greg guy's all right. But you were also motherfucked by the people that you're supposed to, Jake and Denise. You saved my ass because he's doing this documentary of Jake LaMotta, our neighbor. I would say our friend, but he wouldn't recognize me or a bathroom. But
They're very similar in his defense.
he's not a bad person. He's just of a certain age and got hit in the head a lot of times that you go, how are you of a certain age? Getting hit in the head that many times. And I was doing the bit from, if you don't know the bit, then fuck you, you're not a fan. A bit about the stage play they did here in town. And then I go to New York, where you live, and you give me a heads up because Denise has called me and say, hey, we want to come to this show. And then I ignore it because I'm doing a bit about you. That's not a real shiny, positive feature. And Ggreg calls me up. He goes, hey, Denise has been bothering me about coming to your show and if I could get him tickets because it's sold out. And however...
Well, I texted you because I didn't know you that well, and you're who you are, so I texted you and be polite. Like, hey, man, I was going to come to the show, and Jake and Denise want to go. And all of a sudden, Doug calls me on the phone. He goes, hey, are you alone? I go, what do you mean? He goes, are you with them right now? I'm like, no. He goes, okay, just keep this to yourself. You cannot let them come to the show. You can come by yourself. Do not let them come to the show. Can you do that? I was like, yeah, I can do that. He's like, all right, I'll see you at the show. You're on the list, but they cannot come. And that was it. And so then I was like, this is awesome, man. And I went to the show.
I knew I had to do that bit. It was an integral bit to my whole set was... Like I was getting ready to tape it, and if they showed up, I'd have to do it in front of them. He wouldn't notice, but she.
Were you nervous up until you went on stage that you're scanning the crowd?
I'm sure I was.
Yeah.
I couldn't have not been
Manic,
yeah, because
It would have been great if during your set he stood up in the audience and said, "I fought Sugar Ray so many times."
Well, that bit was where I talk about him. I've fought Sugar Ray so many times. After the bit was out on a special, he went on Opie and Anthony at the time, and
I was there. I filmed that.
Oh, you were?
I have that on camera.
You have that on camera?
Doug, isn't it Beer Hall Putsch?
It's Beer Hall
Yeah.
Putsch.
Nice work.
No,
On sale
no,
right
no,
now
no.
at DougStanhope.com.
Was it Beer Hall Putsch?
I just
it was.
came up on Google.
Okay. Either way, he was on Opie and Anthony, and he did the joke in 26 minutes, 3 or 4 times, and let's say 3. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt at his age that it was only 3 times. He repeated the joke, and the 3rd time he said, "Did I already do that one?" By the way, my Jake LaMotta impression is exactly the same as my bingo impression. That's how she's talking right now.
I remember listening to that when he kept repeating it, and it only made your bit fucking that much more hilarious in my head. I was rolling.
Well, the 3rd
fucking
time he
floor.
goes, "Did I already do that one?" And Jim Norton goes, "Don't worry, champ. It's funnier every time." And then I started getting the emails and tweets and the, holy shit, you weren't exaggerating. No, I under-exaggerated how fucked up that scene was.
Jumbo shrimp.
So how did you get him, Greg? How did you get involved with the whole Jake LaMotta thing?
I was like, just my films randomly come about where I meet somebody and they're like, hey, you should make a film on this. And then it happens. And I was at a Joan Jett concert and some dude said, hey, I represent Jake LaMotta. You want to make a documentary on him? I'm like, sure. And next thing you know, I'm wasting my own money following Jake LaMotta and Denise around.
Well, hold on a second. I represent Jake LaMotta.
I represent.
Becker, don't you?
I represent everything in
Jake LaMotta.
I get all of
Hey, man. Only Danny, man. I'm the only man that represents the champ, man. I brought him to poker, man.
I remember that Opie and Anthony show when that was happening. I was filming and Patton Oswalt was there. He wasn't really talking, but he was sitting there, and I was just getting so like it was stressful to film that and see this like spiraling of the same. I have him saying that joke about Sugar Ray probably like 50 times on camera over the course of like 8 months. I'm like, and he never remembered who I was, and Denise wouldn't tell him who I was. So I was starting to hate the fact that Denise wouldn't tell him who the fuck I was. He's like, who is this fucking guy? He said, is this a fucking cab driver? He said one time about me. I'm like, dude, tell him who I am. And so I was like having this horrible experience, and I like made eye contact with Patton Oswalt, and he just like, I saw that he felt sorry for me. And then I felt really, this is like the beginning of the end of that project, because I saw him look at me, and I felt like this really sad, stressed out, sweaty dumbass with a video camera that was running around behind Jake LaMotta, and then within weeks I was fucking out of there. And I thank Patton Oswalt for looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Dude, no way you're getting paid.
He just looked at me, I was like, what am I, he's right, what am I doing?
Jake LaMotta,
Like, what am I doing here?
Jake LaMotta looks right at you and goes, "Why'd you cut your hair? It looks like shit."
Hang on. Now I want to ask, because you said you spent your own money,
I did, like an idiot.
but the Lemmy, you spent 3 years, and as is known or assumed in show business, documentaries don't make money. So if you spent 3 years with Lemmy, did you make any money, or was that a work of passion?
There was a work of passion for 3 years. It was literally label helped out in the beginning, but then it turned into family and friends, and it was our credit cards, my partner's credit card, to stay on the road with Motorhead. And the whole time, we almost quit every 6 months. We're like, fuck this is never going to work. And then we started feeling like we had a film, and Lemmy was like, come on, guys, we can do this. And he's like, I'll loan you money. What do you need, like $500? I'm like, dude, I need like, he said that. He knew we were out of money. I'm like, no, we need like $50,000, dude. And he's like, what?
He doesn't have the internet. He
No,
doesn't
he doesn't know what it costs.
He's like,
CelebrityNetworth.com.
Yeah, but no, we kept going and going and borrowing money, and then we never made any money while we were shooting it, because I was paying my rent shooting like hotel videos for Sheraton. It was fucking horrible.
Oh, yeah, so
I had
you had
other
a day
means of-
job.
Yeah, I was paying my rent with a day job. Literally shooting.
I don't know what's wrong with the Sheraton. I don't know why you
No,
have
I was
to-
shooting bath
Oh,
product.
okay.
Like I was in their hotel rooms shooting like shampoo bottles.
Yeah.
Literally the next day flying to Ozzy Osbourne's house to interview him, and then go back to a Sheraton hotel
To get the
Jersey.
conditioner.
I think I think
Never very
I think both of those things sound fun.
They were fine. It was fine. It was a good life. But then in the end, we sold it, and it made a lot of profit for everybody that put money. So it was
Congratulations.
I do have
it
a-
worked out.
Go ahead. Go. You
I was
go.
going to say, like, at what point did the family and friends think that this was something? It's like, what were they seeing dailies, or like?
No,
how did
it's like
they know?
it's a sad thing that you like keep going back and like, listen, this is gonna work out, and it's like this weird thing that you have to do as a filmmaker, to beg people for
desperation
money.
type-
Like, I swear it's gonna get.
Did you
there.
promise things like if you donate this much, you get a title, or you get like a
we
fun
did
tote?
We did paperwork where they got like money back. They got their money.
Build
like,
a wall?
They got their money back.
Oh,
plus
that's
some. Like,
Kickstarter.
they've doubled their money. So, a Lemmy documentary turned out to be a profitable documentary, but that's hard to
I
do.
always wondered about that with the Aristocrats.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the details, but the fact that, oh no, documentaries don't make any money. I would say that bullshit.
Yeah.
Not now with the way that you can
I'm
actually
so-
put things out there.
Yeah, I'm
hey,
so
listen,
out of
Lemmy,
the
too.
industry that I wouldn't
you're
know.
internet savvy enough. You've seen enough documentaries that I mean, we all watch them. We all talk about
Yeah.
them.
Making a
Two of
murderer
you
made
guys
somebody money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that made
guys
something.
blindly
Okay.
saw the Lemmy that he did. Both of you guys saw that documentary, where I just had it on my shelf after I watched it for a million years, going, I should probably drop that in the thrift store. I watched it. No one else I know watches fucking death metal.
But that's the whole thing. It's about an icon. Didn't they say something about Lemmy's like he will be here longer than cockroaches? Someone said something.
Yeah, it's a
like,
good soundbite in the movie. He's like,
it's like
yeah.
one of those things. It's like he is a fascinating guy that even if you weren't into that music, you knew who he was. And everything that he did after the 80s was like, this guy's still doing shit? And relevant, like things that people like shouldn't be connected with him. They're doing things, and it's good. And that is one of the things that I learned a lot from the documentary that I didn't know, and I was a fan.
Right.
But
he's doing all of that while day drinking and playing Mega Touch at the fucking Rainbow all day long in the
Trivia
short
machine.
shorts. Like, holy fuck. This is
How many
talk about a
quarters?
hero.
2-player game, 2 quarters.
On a related note, do these Sheraton commercials need voiceover?
They do. They do need it, especially the conditioner portion of them. 'Cause that's
Try
the
that
soft
again.
ones.
talk
Clear your
after,
throat and try that again. Try that line one more time. Here
doing
you go,
my
Chad.
best.
One more time.
I was waiting for a dull moment, but there was it's hard to find on this podcast.
Is this a
We're
sheer
trying to
microphone?
sell more rooms to people who love trucks. If you could rough it up.
Oh, she's busted your balls. That's your.
That's
you
not a
found your
yeah,
girl.
I did. Oh no, he did.
Leave the light on. I want witnesses.
So
I'm not scared very often, but I feel scared right now.
Are we coming
scared
up
we don't
with
have a
alternative hotel mottos?
no, yeah.
Leave the light on. We want witnesses. All right. I got it.
so you have the falling out after the champ has pneumonia and the wedding's canceled. You go back to New York. Is it done then?
No, I like followed them around, tried to film. They did one of their shows, like the theater show that you saw, that you were talking about. They did that in New York, and it was the most awkward thing I've been part of. And they had like this champ robe, like the leopard skin or whatever, tiger skin robe that they tried to auction off in front of 30 people in this theater. And Denise got up and no one bid on it. And she got really mad at the audience. I'm like, wow, this is just like, we're dying here. But I filmed it. I kept rolling camera. I was like looking away, but rolling camera. Like, don't look at me.
That's a tough spot.
Maybe we should go get the people coming out of Lion King.
Like, I have to capture it. I don't have to see it.
Yeah, no, but it just felt like one of those films that I was like, no one's gonna want to see this. I'm just gonna let this go. It was taking too long, and
Jack and Coke.
there you go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
Jack and
segue eventually, but I want to.
But it felt like the Lemmy thing felt like we knew we were gonna get a good film out of it, so it's worth the energy and the money and begging people. Jake felt like it was not gonna be a good film, and it was really rough doing it. And he just told me the Sugar Ray Leonard joke so many times on camera where I'm like, I'm just getting the same stuff. So I was like, I gotta pull
Unless
the plug
you're
on it.
making a piece mocking him.
No, I could have do an amazing mock.
You could have done,
piece,
yeah,
but
you
I
could
didn't
have
wanna do
done
that to
the
him, so-
Aristocrats
Yeah.
with him doing the joke 50 fucking times.
I know.
The pissed your pantsocrats.
Yeah. I just folded my cards and called it a day.
Surely you can make a mockumentary after somebody dies. I mean, this is close to being made.
They
I
both
mean.
have to die. They're our neighbors.
You mean Lake Jamada? I said Lake Jamada.
But she was like really like angry towards you.
She got angry because it was taking so long, and they sold their apartment in Manhattan, and then like moved here, I guess, right? And then
Well, no,
Florida.
they've always had a
house
place here.
Right.
I guess she's from here. I don't know. She's seen the bit I've done about her, and we're good. She
had a-
understands. Hey, you know what? It's a fucking good bit.
We had like
You asked before you put it in your special?
Fuck no.
Really?
Wait,
I cut stuff. Like, I've cut stuff because I was like, oh, I think I'm going to get in trouble for this.
didn't you do a video? Like a phone video or a Periscope or something?
Oh no, they sent me.
They
oh,
sent
I
you.
sent that
I
to
sent
you.
it to you. She's like,
Oh, you
fuck
sent
you,
it to
Doug.
me.
I was at that was the dinner where the
All
whole
right,
thing
hang on.
fell
Let's
apart.
back up for the listener because we're talking over each other. I get a text message from Greg. He's filming her and the champ. The champ is not really present, but he's in the video.
No, but this is the dinner. We had a dinner in New York to talk about where the film was going, and she drank like 4 or 5 glasses of red wine and then started ripping into me about how long this is going. And they had to sell their apartment in New York because they thought they would have made money off this documentary by now and blamed all this shit on me. I'm like, you're fucking crazy to think that a documentary was going to pay for your fucking apartment in New York, you fucking idiot. And so I sat there and got yelled at by her.
As
at
he's
dinner.
living in an apartment in New York. after a Lemmy documentary.
Right, yeah, living high on the hog off my other documentaries. And I get yelled at by her, and it was the same tirade where I was like, she started ripping on you. And I was like, hold on, can you say that again? And I filmed it on my phone, which I still have on my phone. She's like,
I have it on my phone,
fuck
too.
you, Doug. I know all about you, you motherfucker. Like, she's cursing you out, and then
She goes, hey, Stanhope, I saw your comedy special. Go fuck yourself. And then pans away to her drinking a glass of wine. Or I think
The
that's
more
how it
stuff
goes.
you say you have taped, the more I want to see this
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I know.
It
Like,
lives
I
in my mind.
I do want to make like a friends-only version of this film one day. Like, because it would be fun to have.
Oh yeah,
to have.
like heavy
Like
metal
one-
parking lot
one
or something.
copy.
Here's a
Jay the
private
Clown-
copy. You use the
Clown
DVD. You pass
Yeah.
it
You
around.
should do the introduction to your next book.
Stanhope, we love you. Go fuck yourself.
But that was the night it fell apart. She yelled at me it was taking too long, and then their manager, the same dude that talked me into doing the whole thing.
I thought she was the manager
No,
and
there's
the
another
star.
buffoon that was there. The bill came after I got yelled at for like 40 minutes. The bill came, and because that we were talking about the film, they expected me to pay for dinner and all this wine. And the manager said that he just like looked at me when the bill came. Like, why are you looking at me, man? We normally split these things. And he goes, bro, I'm getting married soon. And I was like, wow, I can't be doing this anymore out of my own pocket. And so I said, I'm going to get up. I'm going to go to the bathroom. And when I come back, if I don't see your fucking credit card on the table, I'm going to keep walking right past you motherfuckers. I'm walking out the door. Then you're paying for the whole fucking thing. If your credit card's on the table, I'll split the bill. And so then I went to the bathroom. I came back, and his credit card was sitting there, and he looked so upset. But I put my card down, I split it, and I said, guys, we're done with this film. It's done. I can't. This is just too awkward and sad, and I don't like to be yelled at on a film. I'm trying to make a film about you guys, and you're mad at me, so let's call this the last goodbye. And that was the last time I saw them. And it was just like this thing that you're like.
I was hoping you were going to dine and dash on this.
I should have, man.
I was like, go to the bathroom. I was so hoping. Can we do an alternate ending to this story?
Climb out the window of the
Just
bathroom.
get really, get really nitpicky. Like, I didn't order the stuffed mushrooms. If you could,
should've just walked out.
The table ordered them, but I didn't eat them.
Yeah.
So really, yeah.
See, what I would have done was I came back from the bathroom, I'm drying my hands off. I see his credit card there. I grab the credit card. I run out the door. I dine and dash with your credit card.
I know I could have played it better, but I was like, I'm just gonna try. Whatever. I wanted to end it on like a mediocrely evil note where I did pay for half.
So now you're here. You're back in town.
back, yeah.
Where I had the same paranoia about Denise if she ever saw the bit I did, and now you're back in Bisbee to film another documentary. Going, are they going to come around? Are they in town?
They are. I saw them like staring at a tree in their yard.
Hey, we
I'm
own
like,
that tree.
Well, yeah, it wasn't his tree, and I'm like, hey, you can't stare at any tree. No, they're here. Yeah, they're here.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
They're in town, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I can make it all good. Should we talk now? She saw my thing.
Yeah, we should bring him by. Have him come to the.
How
Super
about
Bowl
poker?
I've got
not
a space
against you.
heater.
You don't need Becker to deal that fucking.
I mean, maybe that's how he wants to go out. The full house.
He
Royal
thought
flush.
the first time we played poker together that I cheated him, and he would remember that when he came over. Last time I played here, they cheated me. I'm like,
I'll have that on camera. He was doing that to you when I was
Yeah.
filming. He was talking
Every
about
time
cheating.
we
You're
played
like,
poker.
No, man, we're not cheating you.
and the only common denominator was Danny. That was his driver and his ride. And I'm not saying Danny cheated him. I can't imagine that guy can count. But you know me. If I'm playing fucking $1, $5, I don't. All in, I'm out. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having fun. So yeah, your $125 that should have been $145 is really not my style. It's Becker's style, or it wasn't today. And I'll call Becker out. One time we're playing Scrabble, and they're like 1993, at a hotel on the road. Fucking zebras don't change their stripes. We're playing Scrabble. I gotta take a piss. I see him. There's only like 5 cubes left in the bag. I look through the crack. The door opens out. I look through the crack.
It's called the glory hole.
You take the. He took the cue out of his rack that he couldn't use because all the U's are out. Put it in the bag and took his. And I go, I just saw you do that. To what? To what? I go, I saw you fucking put the cue back in the fucking bag. I know you had the cue because the cue's not out and all the U's.
How would you know I had the cue if you don't have the cue?
See?
See, the problem with that is you can only admit you cheated if you looked.
So it's like a Schrodinger's cat sort of thing.
Very nice. Very nice.
You guys should
good
be
luck
a
with your
fucking
dead
legal
cat.
team. Becker and Erickson, attorneys at law.
That's not law. That's physics.
I don't even
I guess it is law.
The law of.
What was my point, Greg? Because I got off.
I don't know, dude.
I think you were talking about Schrodinger's cat. Now keep going.
We were talking about Jake and Denise.
Jake.
No, the kiss off. You put the credit card down. You paid the half. The
I was
half.
talking about cheating is what fucking brought me into
Oh,
this.
the poker. You cheated at poker.
Oh, no, he was
Because
accusing
he
me of
went to
cheating.
Right.
Because Jake LaMotta went to the
But he would
bathroom. He looked down.
Jake LaMotta went to the bathroom and peeked through the crack.
He always remembered me as the guy that cheated him out of money, which, you know, if even any of you guys, I would get angry at that because, yeah, that's. But, yeah, okay, you remember me for some reason. But they didn't remember Ggreg for anything.
No.
Who is this guy filming me?
No, but you said you made good with them. Like you had fun. You turned them into a show, and then they're good. You're good with them. I haven't seen them since then, so that's why I'm here now. I'm stressed out because I might see them in town. I haven't made good with them, but
You bought him half a salad.
I bought them fucking a lot of pasta and wine.
If you do run into him, say, hey, Doug told me to invite you over so we can all hang out.
Oh well,
And then,
we'll be good. All right.
now
if
let's.
you need to, I take care of the problem. I will never tell anybody how old he was when I tell people I kicked Jake LaMotta's ass.
I beat him as a middleweight. I beat him as an elderly weight.
You could kill him with a pudding pop.
All right, let's get to why you're here now.
I can't even remember.
No,
Oh
your
we're doing
documentary.
Right, we're doing another doc.
Oh! I had to stop.
Stop.
Can we get Ggreg a drink,
Please.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Sorry.
We have new
Sorry, my bartender's been
bartenders.
drinking since 1:30. I didn't start till
We got that other Jack
3:30.
down there. We should open that.
Oh, we got special Jack Daniels, which
I brought that. I brought some Jack Daniels Frank Sinatra for everybody.
Very
we got
nice.
the Sinatra.
Sinatra.
Yes. You guys know that Frank Sinatra is like the reason that Jack became one of the reasons it became what it is. He like held it up at a show and said this is the nectar of the gods, and that made Jack Daniels blow up. Literally, that's one of the main reasons that Jack Daniels is what it is.
That's
today.
like he's the fucking P. Diddy of Ciroc to Jack Daniels.
He is.
So it's shit? That's what you're saying?
But that's why we're here.
We are here because
shit.
what? I'm somewhere in the middle of the fucking bingo thing, coma ICU.
Tucson.
And Ggreg texts me, hey, I'm doing this thing. Do you want to do it? And I don't know how you have a better memory.
Yeah, I felt bad. You're like, yes, but Bingo's in the hospital. I'm like, I'm a dick. I should have like looked at your social media pages before I bothered you at like 1 a.m. But I'm doing a doc on Jack Daniels for some reason.
We
after-
were up at that hour, drunk in her hospital room, watching her.
For some reason, Jack Daniels hired me to do a proper documentary about the brand, and they said I could do whatever I wanted to do and tell the story any way I wanted to tell it, and they said I should scare them. And so the second they said that, I'm like, I'm going to call Doug Stanhope. Literally, because I'm like, there's no one else that could speak like Doug can speak.
Well, Doug's a huge non-Jack Daniels drinker, so obviously
It doesn't
you would
even-
call
right.
him.
No, that's
Didn't even
explain
matter.
to him. Since we got this boatload of vodka, I've been going to whiskey. I've been drinking whiskey more often. I just don't and this is what I'll put on your documentary, is that Jack Daniels, because is the whiskey that you can put on your shelf at the bar here, where you don't. It's not like we drink plastic jug vodka. Shamelessly, fuck you if you don't like it. They're all the same. Jack Daniels is the Smirnoff brand equivalent of whiskey that you can put on your shelf where you don't feel like you're fucking people over with shitty whiskey, but you don't mind putting Coke in. If I'm drinking a Bushmills, I feel like,
Jameson,
I shouldn't put Coke in. I'll just take that straight. Jack, you could do either way, and you don't feel like you're fucking sheepening the audience.
Kind of a backhanded compliment, but we get it.
I'm getting all Gabe Lindstrom drunk over here.
I'm excited for you to show the documentary and have it open with how great Jack is with Coke.
Just don't put Coke in that Sinatra stuff, 'cause that's actually pretty damn good. Yeah, that's like $120 a bottle. That's good.
Hey Trace, can we get some shots all around of that?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You guys should try that. That's actually
down
really
the line.
good.
Yeah,
So Jack Daniels is keeping the good shit secret?
No, man, it's like they don't. I tried to find the good shit in Bisbee. I went to all the two
good
liquor
luck.
stores in Bisbee, and nobody had this stuff, so we had to bring it in. Yeah,
He just drove to Sierra Vista today to get.
Something else.
yeah. It's
Another
a
brand.
rough. This is a rough town to get fancy
Hang
liquor.
on.
in.
Oh, how? Maybe we take a quick break and set up a taste test.
No. Let's enjoy this one.
All right, fuck
I don't
it.
want to tell you what to do on your podcast because I'm just.
No, I want you guys should enjoy
But
this.
we
stuff.
should enjoy the shot. Tracy, Miss Tracy's doing a shot right now.
But sip it. Don't shoot it. Sip it first, and then shoot it. Enjoy the.
Don't tell me what to do.
I spent too much time watching people make Jack Daniels.
There's a hero in the room, and we need to celebrate him because everybody that you hear in the cacophony of background, half whispering, half yelling, there's one man that is an alcoholic like us, but more seasoned, a better veteran, a leader, a hero, an influence, a guy you want to be like when you're even an older drunk that stayed sober to drive these fucking ninnies home. And that's Cedric, who built this bar. Oh, wait, and he's drinking a beer. There you go.
Here, give him a shot of Jack Daniels, Frank Sinatra. So, hey,
It's
Greg,
one beer.
he's a designated driver.
No, that is the classic stereotype. When Cedric walked in, he said he was the DD. And I'm like, so can I get you a drink? Just like joking around. He goes, well, I could take like a light beer. like it was a 90s
Like asking
sitcom
Floyd
line.
to be your designated driver, or me.
It's not clear what the first D stands for.
Cheers. All right, we'll get
Destroyed driver.
This is
What are we drinking?
what are we drinking?
What is this?
This is a Jack. This is this Frank
record yourself.
Sinatra select
Enjoy
Jack
it.
Daniels.
Cheers.
Frank
Thank
Sinatra.
you.
Cheers.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me, everybody. Cheers.
Oh my God.
That's Jack Daniels.
Oh, and we couldn't get to the moon for how long?
Chaille, I waited. Should I keep waiting?
Wait for what?
All right, we gotta get back to the podcast. All right, we're gonna get. Let's. So this weekend, you're filming this documentary. Hang on, people. We're wrapping up. This weekend, we're filming this documentary about Jack Daniels, and we're just gonna talk about drinking on Super Bowl.
Take all of me. I had the spirit of Frank Sinatra.
I'm
that
just
was-
trying to get everyone in the
that was my
background's
way.
attention so we can let Greg tell us what we're fucking filming tomorrow at Safeway. We're filming.
way, dum-dum.
We're filming at Safeway. Me buying booze for the Super Bowl party. So I have to fucking see all the people that I don't want to see. I won't be sober, but and then I don't later.
That was one of my first questions I needed to get an answer of, so I could tell my producer what time we want to do that.
Let's shoot for 3.
3 o'clock. Boom. Done.
3 a.m. So what? When are we doing?
Let's do 3.
3 o'clock's perfect. Cool.
Cedric's going to be the DD, so you should really ask.
Find out his schedule.
I want to do it. I'm doing it with Becker is coming with me.
So what? Set it up.
I need someone to play off.
What are you doing?
Greg.
What's the deal?
I felt like, because this whole film is like, you could easily do a celebration of Jack of drinking all this shit, which there will be. People drink. We're going all over the world trying to figure out why people drink in general, why whiskey became like this like romanticized drink, like whiskey is something that you care more about and you tell stories while you drink, why that is. But I thought Doug could talk about like how fucked up people are that are drink, what's wrong with people that drink, what's wrong with people that don't drink, what's wrong with people that are recovered from drinking, what's wrong with alcohol, business, like a business like Jack Daniels. I thought he could tell us what's wrong with pretty much everybody in the world.
As he's walking down the aisle.
That'll be the beginning of the scene, and then we'll come back here and talk about it, and we'll finish it on Sunday. All you
I
guys
see the scene going.
And I want to talk to all you guys too. Whoever's here, whoever wants to talk to me on camera. I want to
first
talk
of all,
topic.
we should.
I mean, he'll cut that, but he does want to talk to us.
I do want to talk.
Yeah, he needs to placate everyone in the room. Yeah, we get it.
I will. We have to acknowledge the vodka influx.
Yeah.
Thank you, True TV Jokers and Practical Jokers.
Sal Volcano.
So, I'm sure we'll integrate the amount of vodka bottles we have and the fact that I'm kind of going towards whiskey now.
Yeah.
And I will blatantly plug, this is how I envision it, is me just getting a bunch of Jack Daniels and going, I don't give a fuck, they all taste the same to me because I'm drunk.
But do you remember in '95 when we were in Japan at that festival where it was all Japanese people?
Yes.
And what did the Aguza make us drink?
Jack
The fucking
Daniels.
the gang?
You're going to get some notes.
Hold on a second. The fucking gang made you drink?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a biker gang, and we do have pictures.
I got pictures.
Of imagine Butters is Japanese with colored hair, but a vest with a fucking label on the back. And they were the bikers sitting next to us at that fucking music festival. You're bikers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they made
Jack
us drink
Daniels.
Jack Daniels. That was their America. Yeah.
That's why we were actually in Japan last week with shooting Japanese people drinking Jack Daniels. Because
Like
it's
killing Japanese people?
We were shooting Japanese people.
Shooting them?
Yeah, with cameras.
So we go there,
We're going to Safeway.
we buy a bunch of Jack Daniels, then we fuck around. Maybe 4. We got to be a little bit drunk, but not too drunk for the.
How do you guys get
nature.
there? Like logistically speaking, how do you get there? Who
Well, it
drives
starts
the car?
mostly with vodka, and then we move into another. We get into
And then
the
we get in the
darker
car.
liquors after that. We get there. We get
What
there.
is
though.
the
Just
vehicle?
Somebody usually recommends
We
a
do
shot
get-
is how
Do you
it
have a
starts,
vehicle of
I
your
think.
own, or does somebody drive you?
Yeah, no, we're not going to be that drunk. No,
No, but is it a
I want to
cool-looking
do it
car?
awkwardly.
I think it
That's
needs
why
to
I'm
be a
bringing
little bit-
Becker so we can play off each other. It's going to be awkward because I try to keep the lowest profile in this town as I can, and to have a fucking camera following me through
Film
Safeway,
crew?
where everyone. This is a town that would hate you for being famous, and to have a fucking film crew. Like, I'm just gonna
Jeopardizing
I'll tell you
the sherry lane?
ahead of time. Oh no, I called Lalo, the manager, and I said, "Who's working tomorrow? Is Anna or Susie my favorite gals? Susie's only working in the morning." And I go, "I'm not good in the morning. Maybe we can get the worst."
Can we do a
Sherry.
shift change? Is there
No,
any
Sherry
Lalo,
will
can you do
definitely be
some- yeah,
working.
yeah.
So we'll do her on purpose because she'll be chatty and ask a lot of questions, and then I can do some fucking ad lib off fucking lane 4.
Lane non-sherry.
Yeah, I'll explain Sherry. It's just, on my last special, I even fucking mentioned she's the worst checker ever, and she works the express lane, but she just talks to you. And the express lane is way longer than the fucking long lane.
She has like mechanics gloves, like the ones you get from Napa, to work on your fucking car. at the fucking express lane, and it's slower than anything else.
I'm speeding into a close.
All right.
Tomorrow we'll be filming, first buying Super Bowl booze, then drinking Super Bowl booze, and then all the fantastic people we have here that'll be drinking fucking Jack Daniels.
Frank Sinatra.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you for being here.
All of me.
My way.
My way.
Is there a
Dum
Jack
dum.
Daniels song, or do we just go with "Son of a Bitch"? Or
Well, we
can't
need to do
that
something.
anymore?
We have like spot. Well, fuck. Did we do Blue Apron? No, we didn't.
We're gonna do that
Yeah, we'll do it.
after.
We'll do
Oh
it.
yeah, we should definitely do more shots before we do that.
All right.
Shots of Blue Apron.
All right, gotta get the fuck out of here. Everyone's drunk. I'm fine, but everyone else seems. Let's listen to some Birdcloud.